Hello, Timeless Gamer Crew. We're going to do my second pick now. And it is the LUNAR games, okay, for the Sega CD. Now, these are on PlayStation, but I don't really, I've not really played them that much to compare with the PlayStation versions. And we're talking 16-bit RPGs, aren't we, or JRPGs? So, this is where they come in. Now, the LUNAR games are both very similar, okay? You're not got that much difference between them in terms of the mechanics and in terms of what they offer in terms of the setup. They're both very cliched JRPGs. Friends get together to team up to save the world, that type of stuff. Combat-wise, it's typical turn-based JRPG stuff, but it does add a nice bit of spice because rather than your players staying static, your players move around the combat arena, and it just means you've got to think that a little bit more. It's not. You don't add a load of depth, but it adds a bit of depth, and it makes for a nice change from your typical Final Fantasies, where positioning is a very minimal thing. Positioning counts. So if you position wrong and you send one guy attacking to one side of the screen too much, and he's got to get back to the other side, it can leave you without an attack or two, which could be the difference of surviving or dying. So that is a good thing. And they're both quite. I wouldn't say that they're definitely not hard games, but they do have a bit of a bite to them to make you think, which I think is a good thing gameplay wise. But story wise, it is pretty cliched stuff. You're not going to get anything revolutionary in terms of the actual story itself. What you're going to get, which if you've got half a sense of humour, which is going to make these probably some of your favourite RPGs ever, to be fair, because they have me. What you get is the superb working designs translations. Okay, now what working designs have done here, okay, is they've basically took the piss. Okay, the working designs team have thought, I'm not really, I'm probably sick of writing or rewriting. I'm from a little village. I'm a little kid. I'm gonna do these tasks, collect these crystals, whatever, kill these dragons, whatever, save these dragons in this case, and then I'm gonna go and fight God. And whoop-de-doo, we've been there, we know it, it's cliched, you can get sick on it. Working designs have thought, bugger that, we're going to take the piss, we're going to put loads of pop culture references in there. Pretty much every other dialogue box is going to be some form of daft humour. Some of the stuff they've got in here is fantastic. You've got a jailer who sings "Welcome to the Jungle" to you, but he uses it as an introduction to the dungeon that he's guarding. So he's basically singing "Welcome to the dungeon, we've got fun and chains," that type of stuff. He don't actually sing it; it's all in written text, but it works nonetheless. And that type of humour is rife throughout. You know what I mean? You've got a gypsy fortune teller who's got a sponsor from Miami Vice. She told a Miami Vice actor's fortune, and so now he sponsors her. It's that type of stuff that it so makes this game so rich, or these games, sorry, it makes them so rich. They're just you want to talk to every single character in the game. You've got no idea what they're going to come out with. They're constantly mocking people. They're constantly, this is a game where if you give a bum or a tramp some money, he laughs at you and buggers off. You don't get anything good for it. He says, you're an idiot. I've conned you, and buggers off. It's brilliant. It really is. It makes it such a refreshing, grounding experience. Like I say, because I've played so many through so many RPGs of this era, it really stood out to me just how many, especially on the Super Nintendo, were just a formulaic recycle of friends, find crystals, kill God. And after so many, it gets so sick. And LUNAR still followed that formula, but just broke the fucking rules with it. You know what I mean? They just It just made it so good, and it's got some wicked presentation. It's CD presentation, but so here you've actually got some voice acting, which is pretty rare for this era. But its characters are great as well. It's one of I think Sir Joe's played a few of these RPGs now, and one of the reasons I love Phantasy Star 4 so much is because there's a lot of depth for this era to its characters. Most of these, like I say, Lufia games, and a lot there's kind of skimp on your characters, but Luna don't. Especially Luna 2. Luna 2 really ramps up that the depth of the characters as well. So you've got a lot to enjoy here. But these to me are the best written JRPGs of the era. Definitely, you just don't get better than this working designs translations. You've got to have a sense of humor to appreciate it. It is a bit of a Marmite thing. I do know sad, pathetic weebs who sit in a corner crying, saying, "Oh God, no! I can't get immersed in the action." And all that shit. It's bollocks. If you've got a sense of humor and you're not a fanny, you'll have a laugh at this. So, LUNAR games, honestly, they're so standout and so special for this era, just simply because of this writing and the foundation. What that's all built on is good anyway. You've got good combat, decent exploration. The first game does suffer a bit exploratory wise. Oh, I've got my teeth out again there. With its it's got a few towers in that are just boring to cycle up, but generally your foundation is at minimal, it's serviceable, but it is good at times as well. So it would still be a goodish JRPG without the writing. But with that writing, it's brilliant. With the writing, you should love it. So check those out, because they will keep you going. Because they are timeless.